What is quacking, everybody? So I've been massively consumed by Warframe for the past couple of months, and it's kind of been one of the only games I've been playing besides some Persona 5 and some other games, but mostly Warframe, as I've racked up almost 600 hours in the short amount of time that I've played, and this game is phenomenal. This game just blew my expectations out of the water, mainly because I've tried playing the game a couple times previously in my life. I tried playing back in 2014, 2015, when the game was still relatively fresh, didn't have all this massive content we have now, and I just couldn't get into it for some reason. It just really wasn't, getting to me. And also there was other games that were coming out around the time that I started as well. I think Borderlands a pre-sequel was fresh out of the gate when I tried to play Warframe. So other games were taking my, time. And then I tried recently again, but I had no one to play with. And then I just got really bored because all my friends wanted to play other games. So I was like, yeah, playing Friday the 13th and Dead by Daylight with my friends sounds a lot funner than playing a game by myself. But recently, I've gotten back into it with someone else, and the game has sucked me in. Now I'm willing to play that game by myself. I don't care. Everybody else can just can leave me alone. I will play Warframe by myself. I will grind that thing into oblivion. So I got sucked in. The game is phenomenal. I'm mad at myself that I didn't start playing earlier. I'm really upset that I was why didn't I just start from the beginning? Why didn't I just join the bandwagon and play for 10 straight years? So I'm upset about that because there's just so much to do. And one of the things that sucks me in right away, that still sucked me in early but didn't wasn't enough to keep my attention, is the movement. The movement is so crispy. It is so nice. You can fly around like you're just a gymnast. Like you are a space ninja. You are just flying around and you have full control over yourself. The only buttery smooth movement that I can compare this to is Smash Melee, where it's just so silky smooth and it's so responsive and you're just doing things in such a nice fashion. It's amazing. The movement is just the number one thing that gets people right away, and that's what got me. And then I sucked it up and kept playing because I had someone by my side the whole time. So I'm playing and the movement got me. And then after that, it's all the different frames. You have all these different frames that do different abilities, and they're super cool. They're amazing. They have all different, you can just pick a frame and it fits your playstyle so well. I like Kullervo and Dante. Those are my two biggest frames right now. But on the side, I'll have some Hildren, some Goss, some Wisp, throw those on the side, a little bit of Ash as well. So there's all these different frames, and those are that's just a handful of frames. There's 70 frames, and they're all so unique and wonderful. Granted, I like some frames more than other frames as well. And one thing I will say is I wish there was a way to test frames before you commit to grinding them. If there was just a target practice or whatever where you could just load up with a frame and test it, to see if you want to grind for it, because you might grind for a frame and not like it. Gara was the first frame I grinded out for, and I'm not really a Gara enjoyer, so it would have been nice to play Gara and be oh, do I want to invest in this frame, or maybe I just go do some assassination missions or whatever and get some different frames. But Gara just didn't tickle my fancy, but it'd be nice if that was a thing. But overall, the frames are amazing. They change how you play the game. And then on top of the frames, you have the weapons. The weapons are so fun. They're just so fun. You have Ureli's bubble gun. That's amazing. However, it is annoying to get because you have to get rank 5 with the Wave Rider kids, but thank God it's only 120 plat in the store. But all these different guns. I like the cannon gun, the Grineer cannon gun that shoots cannonballs. I like that. It's not that good, but I enjoy it because it's fun. Also, using beam weapons is fun as well. There's just so many different fun weapons. I am a Glaive Prime enjoyer first and foremost. That is my number one melee weapon I use. But also I'm using an Oma Prime build with my Kullervo right now that has mad attack speed, and it has a shock stuff on it where like I do stuff with shock. I don't remember what it is, but it does a lot of damage and it's awesome. So Prism Oma and just, Glaive Prime, my just like 2 top melee weapons right now. And then for secondaries, I just use Epitaph because it's fun, but also there's some other fun secondaries like the mini rocket launcher side, like pistols. Those things are awesome. I just love shooting them, and I put those on my Mesa Prime, and I just like blow things up with them, and it's just so peak and fun. And to wrap all of this together, you have the mod system that lets you change how you play the game, and you just go through and you change your mod, and you make all these different builds, and you can just change the way you play the game, and it's just all about you and how you want to play the game. Like the fact that it is like so customizable on a personal level is insane. It's so customizable on a personal level that your builds could just vary by like one mod. Like it can be like there's like core mod like builds for certain weapons, but then there's just like different, you can put in different mods as well if you want, and it's great. I love the customization and the depth of this game. This game just has such a deep, just everything inside of it, just the mods and the frames and the weapons and the pairings. It's just all so deep. And then you build different things for all the different game modes. There's so many different game modes. There's the basic game modes where you just got your regular capture, defense, survival, save the prisoner, and then on the Zeramin you got void breaches or whatever, void cascade, and then on Deimos, when you get to the end game after Whisper in the Walls, you get the alchemy one, and there's just so many different things to do with the different game modes. And then on top of that, when you beat the entire star chart, you get Steel Path again. You get Steel Path, like you just do it. Steel Path is you just do everything, but it's harder, and it's amazing, and it's great that you just run through it again, and you have your Unky Teshin who's like, yeah, I'm proud of you, and it's so nice to be told that someone's proud of you, because granted, if you're playing this game, you probably disappointed your parents because you spend so much time on this game. So it's like Steel Path is great, and then on top of that, you have like their own gacha system with the relics. It's the relics are just your own gacha system. You got 6 things to get, and it's like, am I gonna get my gold drop? Did I spend 100 void just to get this gold drop? Oh nope, it's a bronze forma, or yep, it's gold, yep, it's silver, yep, I'm getting everything. I got Zaku Prime day 1, and it only took me like 8 relics. Like the game just handed me Zaku Prime. It's like, here you go, have fun. Like that was awesome. It was such a rush. It's like, ooh, day 1. Ooh, I got Zaku. Now I just gotta wait, to craft it or whatever. And that was awesome. The relic system is like very fun for like replayability and just like trying to get things you want and getting prime versions of frames, because sometimes the base versions are annoying to get. Hildren, Baruch. Those 2 are the first that come to mind. But then after that, you have different game modes that, the game is so deep. I didn't even the game has a fighting game in it. I've never played it because there's so much other Warframe to play right now, but there's a fighting game, and then also on top of that, you can make things with Octavia's music. You can sit there and make your own tunes and jam out. I put the Persona 3 intro on my Octavia, but other people put other tunes, and it's so cool if you put like a tune on your Octavia, and then someone on your fire team is just like, oh yeah, I remember that song. Yeah, I remember that. So just like you have people in your squad who are like, they bond over the music on your Octavia, and it's awesome that you can do that with Octavia. So, and then on top of that, you have like these big, huge, different versions of the game that make you feel like you're playing a different game. You have Railjack. Not a lot of people like Railjack. To be fair, I can see how you wouldn't like Railjack. I like Railjack though. I like flying around in my ship and shooting other ships. I like flying around my ship, hijacking ships, using the hijack ships to kill people, and it's awesome. It's just a giant ship battle. And Railjack isn't perfect for me as well. As much as I love Railjack, I love Railjack and the Railjack specific missions. I dislike the Railjack missions where I fly through space, do space things in my ship, and then I just go play a survival mission for 5 minutes. It's like, I didn't want to play a survival. I just wanted to play some Railjack. So it'd be nice if there was more mission variety in Railjack, and they just took out the regular missions and just put Railjack specific missions, that'd be great. I'd enjoy Railjack a lot more if I didn't have to do like a survival mission in Railjack. So that would be nice. And then on top of that, you have Duviri. Duviri is the game's roguelike. It is insanely fun. Again, some people don't like Duviri for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe some people were let down. I'm pretty sure both Duviri and Railjack were pretty buggy on start as well. So, people who played those at launch probably have a negative sentiment towards these things during their launches with all the bugs and stuff. But besides that, Duviri is just fun. And some people don't think it's fun as well. Some people think that, it's like a long slog. But like, you don't even have to go through the entire Duviri experience. You go through the circuit, which the circuit is just playing a bunch of missions in rapid fire succession. You just keep going and see how much you can, keep doing. And it gives you random warframes and weapons to pick from. And it's like, hey, how long can I survive with all this random gear that it just gave me? Did I get good gear? Did I get bad gear? And also, the one thing about the circuit is you can play as the Stalker, which is cool. The Stalker, I don't think is like mega broken or anything, but like it's fun to play as like a frame that you can't even play as in the regular game. So that's neat. That's unique. That's awesome. And then you have the regular Duviri experience where you just get to run across Duviri. And my favorite thing to do is getting the decree where I can just up my movement speed, and then I get the jump decree, and then I just farm decrees. I get like 60 decrees and I just jump blast across the map because that is super fun. I love doing that. And I just speed around, get all my resources, and it's fantastic. And then recently we got 1999. This, it launched with a bug that is now a feature. They're like, oh, you can take your motorcycles out in missions now. Like, it's fine. Just, we're not going to fix it if it doesn't break the game. That's like amazing. So now what I like to do is I like pulling on my motorcycle and just standing there and driving around and hitting things because it's funny. But 1999 is such a great story. It's like an action movie on steroids. I'm about to do the last mission. I got everyone's things, but I'm going to do the last mission today. But 1999 is just so fun. The missions are so fun. Driving around on the motorcycle is fun. I got all the sight stuff as well. And using sights, just machine gun of 200 bullets to just lay into things is super fun. It's just 1999 is just such an amazing joy. It's so fun. The characters have such personalities now, and this 1999 definitely sets a precedent for the future of this game, because now if we get something big like 1999 in the future, like I don't think there'll be like a dating system like there is now, but I'm expecting more interaction with characters in certain fashions. So hopefully that happens. But then you have like the story missions as well of Warframe. Like, this game is completely free, and the story of this game is phenomenal. This is an amazing sci-fi story. So like, just take a step back from 1999. You have the basic story where you have the Nada quest, and then you have, the introductory quest where you're trying to break free and be with Lotus and, stop the different people in the system, the Grineer, the Corpus, and you're just trying to go through the system. And then you figure out, Ortis on your ship. You get some time with Ortis, some, figuring out Lotus's past, and just going through the system. You got Chains of Hera, which is such a great, creepy quest. And then on top of that, when you get through all of this stuff, you have like Deimos as well, and you learn about the Void Rigs. I love using Void Rigs. I wish we can use them everywhere as well. I know they'd be a little bit busted, but my God, I love my Void Rig so much. Any chance I get, I farm Aya or something, Void Rig coming out. But then you have all of those like early game quests, and then you get to the New War quest, which lets you take the perspective of a Grineer during the Sentinel invasion and the Corpus, and just seeing how, Bal just takes over the origin system, and you got to, fight your way through. And then it's like, oh, did I die? And then you play as the Drifter, and you just go through the entire New War quest. And it's just like, it's just this amazing, dystopian sci-fi, and it like sets the tone for the future of the game, because after that we got amazing quests like Whisper in the Walls as well. That's such a good Whisper in the Walls is such a good quest. like just, learning everything leading up to 1999, and you get the big 1999 payoff, and then Duviri also comes after the New War as well, basically. I know they had it where, like, you could play Duviri before, like, the regular game, but that was kind of, like, weird. I wasn't playing at that time, so I don't know anything about that, but that, to me, that does sound weird, because, Duviri comes after New War, like timeline chronologically, I believe. But overall, just the sci-fi story of everything, it just knocks you out of the park, and then it just makes you want more. Like, I'm just like going out of my way to just like watch videos on YouTube, read different things in the game. It's just all so amazing. And the reason why it's all so amazing is because the company making it, DE, cares about their game and their player base. They listen to player feedback like it's nothing. Like during the Caliban rework, some people were giving feedback like, "Oh, we just added that." And then it's the same thing with the bicycles. They're like, "Oh, people are having fun with that. Leave the motorcycles in the mission. Just let them just randomly pull out a motorcycle in like a capture mission or something." Like, that's fun. And if it breaks anything, we'll fix it. So there's all of that stuff, just the little things, because they're making a game that they want to play, and they're making a game for gamers. Like, it is just so fun. Granted, Warframe isn't, free from criticism and stuff like that. There's, I definitely will say the early onboarding can be a little bit much for new players as well, such as myself. That's why it took me a couple tries to get into Warframe. But besides, like, those little things and, like, other things, like I said, like maybe adding, testing frames so you don't feel like you wasted your time grinding for a frame you don't like, all those different things, just like little quality of life stuff that could make the game a lot better. Just like overall, like if you get into this game is phenomenal. Like, it is just amazing. There's PvP in this game too. I'm mentioning it last because I know a lot of people don't care about PvP. PvP is funny. It's funny to walk around and just like slap people around. You get slapped around. It's just funny. PvP is just funny. It's not what the game is based around. It's just really funny because, everyone's just so broken that it's just like, it's just fun. PvP is just a fun, funny time. I really wish people would like PvP more because, like, it's like, it feels like a Mario, like, it feels like just like a party game, basically. That's what PvP feels like. It just feels like a party game, and it's just kind of funny. But Warframe is a phenomenal game. If you were just clicking on this video to listen to me glaze Warframe, I'm with you. I'm with you. I feel you. If you haven't played Warframe in a while, but you've like played it before and you're like, should I get back into it? Download it, re-download it if you uninstalled it, or open it up right now and play the game. It's fantastic. And if you're a new person who's like, oh, I'm going to use this to benchmark if I should play the game, play the game. Play the game. It's a great game. This was me glazing Warframe for almost 18 minutes. I will see you in the next one. Take care. Peace.